Right, hi guys. I'm not here this week, so I thought that I'd do a very quick demo of the scratch art activity that you're going to be doing. So to begin with, these are the things you need. You need one of these little pots with black paint and dishwashing liquid. It's not regular paint, so don't go out the back or find black paint and think that that's going to be enough. You need a pot of these oil pastels, a paintbrush, a pencil, a pen. You'll also be given an A3 sheet of paper for the purposes of this activity. I'm going to do it on A4 just so that I can get it done quickly. Okay, so the first thing you do is, this is very important, is to write your name on the back. So my name is Marie. I write my name Marie, and then I turn it over so that I've got a blank sheet of paper. And the very first thing that you are going to do is select about 5 or so colours. You can choose more if you wish. And this is also a very important step, and I know it's going to hurt your hand, but you must do this, otherwise it won't work properly. So have your piece of paper over one sheet of newspaper so that on the edges the oil pastel goes over the edges onto the paper, not onto the table. So have a piece of newspaper underneath, very important. Nobody likes to do extra cleaning. So if you don't have your newspaper down while you're doing this, you're going to make the table really oily and dirty, and you're going to be doing extra cleaning. Our cleaners aren't paid to do extra scrubbing. They're paid to clean our tables lightly, not do the scrubbing. So if you don't want to do cleaning, put the newspaper down. And that's the moral of the story. So we start with picking a colour, and then very hard, lots of pressure on the oil pastel colour in sections. Doesn't need to be perfect, just choose lots of colours so you've got a bit of an effect. Or if you've got a colour scheme that you really like, then you might want to choose those particular colours. So I started out with green, and you can see that it is quite thick, quite heavy on the page, and it needs to be, you can't have, I'll choose another colour. You can't do this.
David Page to Student Services. David Page, Student Services.
If you do it lightly like that, then when you put the black paint over it with the dishwashing liquid and you start to scratch into the black paint, it will scratch off the white paper underneath rather than just scratching off the paint and leaving the oil pastel underneath. So you must use lots of pressure, make it real thick on the page so there's lots of oil applied. So I'm not going to sit here colouring in the whole thing while videoing because that's really boring. Here is the two though that I've joined together. So going over where the lines meet just ever so lightly so that you've got a little bit of a blend, so you can see these lines here where I've blended the green with the pink a little bit, not too much though. And it's nice and thick on the page. I could over here thicken that up. But here is one I prepared earlier. So as you can see, it's not super pretty, but you know, there's lots of colours on there. So when we do put our shape on there, it'll look quite effective. So the next thing you do once you've done this is you get your black paint that's got the dishwashing liquid in it. And we're going to paint a coat over your oil pastel. The first coat is not going to be thick enough. You probably will see some of the oil pastel coming through, so you will then go to the back of the room where there is a hairdryer set up. If I tilt the camera that way, back over there, I will set up hairdryers, or have the hairdryers accessible for you, so that you can dry off your paint and then apply a second layer. So for this, you can see that it's a little bit bubbly because there's dishwashing liquid in it. So another thing to do if you are going to use the hairdryer, don't hold the hairdryer really close to the paint, otherwise it might burn and it might bubble. So hold it and then do a little bit of a sweeping action. Then you will dry it nice and evenly. Okay, so we've got that. That is step 1.